Hi traders, welcome to the channel. So today we are going to see how you can trade over and under using indicators. And the bot that you're going to be using is the Profit Max Alpha version 2025 bot, that bot. And this was a request from Lucy. You can see there, thank you. That's why I view your content every time. Next time, please over and under using indicators. So Lucy, this video is for you. We'll be staking $50 and then targeting $50, okay? Over and under does not give huge returns like rise and fall or even odd. So whatever stake you use, target making the same amount. For example, they were staking 50, targeting to make $50, okay? So come to the charts area. Always give it some time. If you see it's not propagating or loading, give it some time. We should be able to load the chart. There you go. So once the chart is on, select the volatility that you have on the bot side. We'll be starting with 100 1S. And then the candlestick time frame is 1 minute. And then the indicators that we are going to use are, the first indicator is the Bollinger Bands. The Bollinger Bands, that one. And then the second indicator is the relative strength index. Okay. So now with these two indicators, for example, you can see the candlesticks are above touching the outer band. We need to prepare for under 7. Okay. Always remember to save your chart like that, because once you go to the bot side and come back, you'll have to start again. So always save the chart like that with those two indicators. And then, like I was saying, you can see the candlesticks are stretching. That means the buyers are almost exhausting this market. Okay. So we are going to trade under 7. Once we see a rejection candle, that is the red candlestick forming, we should be able to enter the market. So now look, once you come back, you always open up the setup you had over 3 under 7, and you can see now, you can see the candlesticks have already reached or touched or almost touching that upper band. Okay, so we expect a rejection, and your entry is when you see good red candlesticks forming. Okay, for over 3, it's the opposite. Okay, it's the opposite, and that means the RSI should be below 30, 35, and then the candlesticks should be touching that lower band. So you look for a rejection of rising. That is when you capture over 3 trades. Now this market is ready for under 7. Okay, we are waiting for the next candlestick and then see if it's a rejection candle, meaning it's a red candle, bearish candle. That is when you can try and capture under 7. Okay. So always have the timer on. You can see there we are on 29, 28 seconds. And we are in the market because we saw the red candlestick. Let's test the market. Let's stop. I've stopped the market because, again, you can see the candlestick is rising. Look, it's rising. So that's why I stopped the bot. We want a good red rejection. Okay, there we have 8 seconds, 7, 6, 5, 4. If we get a red candlestick, that is when you should enter for under 7. That means the buyers have exhausted and we have sellers coming in, and normally bearish candlesticks are very good with under 7. Okay, so keep observing. You can see I've not entered, I've not run the bot because I cannot see. There we are. Looks like there's a red candlestick forming. So always give it some time, and the best time to enter, maybe wait for the second candlestick that is red. You can enter the market for under 7. But let's keep observing. We have 23 seconds, and there you can see the red candlestick wants to start forming. It means the sellers want to take over. There you can see 11 seconds, 10. Let's see the next candlestick, 8, 7 seconds. If we get a bearish candlestick, a red candlestick, you run your bot for under 7. Okay, there we are. Next candlestick, and you can see it's red. We're in the market. Let's keep observing. Observing. It has not really formed. Not really formed. So we stop the bot. Then we want a clear red candlestick forming to reject that market, okay? And you can also see the RSI there is at 74, 73. And now you can see we want the red candlestick has started forming. So we're in the market now, and you can see we are getting at least some good profits. That is under 7, Lucy. That is how you can use Bollinger Bands and the relative strength index to trade over or under. In this case, we've done under 7 because that is what is available. Okay, you can always scout. Let's enter the market again. You can always scout and see whether you'll get over 3 and then you enter the market. You can see we are getting very good trades, and you can see the red candlestick forming, and we've hit our take profit, made another $50. Okay, guys. So let's see again. Always target one time because in case you lose when you're doing over or under, the recovery or the profit is not as huge as even odd. So always target smaller amounts. Okay, I prefer target, if you're staking 50, target 50. Okay, if you're staking 100, target 100. Now let's see. Let's see, and you can already see there the RSI is also kind of pointing down. And you can see once we get the red candlesticks, we are getting straight wins, very good wins. And we've hit our take profit again. That is $56 bagged. So I believe you've gotten the concept. The indicator is the Bollinger Bands and the relative strength index. Okay, guys. So let's see whether we can still capture any other entry. Now you can see a green candlestick forming. Do not enter the market. That would have been enough for you, but because of the video demonstration purposes, that is why I keep on maybe trying to trade or capture other trades. So in case we get a red candlestick and the market is bearish, we should be able to enter. You can see that is the bot and the setup, staking 50, targeting 50. We are at 788 in profits, almost made $200 if I'm not wrong, or 300. And you can see the bullish candle has extended. You can see the two reds, that's where we made some profits. So we want a rejection. We want to see a rejection. We want to see a red candlestick, and it looks like it's forming. Once it forms, we enter the market. Okay. For there, we are in the market, and you can see our first trade is a win. Second trade is a win. Third trade is a win. And of course, you can see I'm on standby to stop the bot. And there you are. 3 trades. We've hit our take profit, made $52. And that is how it is once you get good trades. You get at least 3 straight wins and you're out of the market. Okay. So that is under 7. Candlesticks must be touching the upper Bollinger Band and then wait for a rejection. Okay. For over 3, wait for the candlesticks to be below, that is the lower band, and also the RSI to be under 30 down there, and then wait for rejection. For over 3, it's a rising market that you'll be waiting for a green candle, then you enter the market. And then make sure before you enter, the candlesticks have closed well. There are no wicks. Those straight small lines are, whenever you see a candlestick, there are no wicks. If you find candlesticks closing full, that is when it's also good to take the market to run for over or under 7. You can scout like this to see if there's any other market. For those who don't know, there's also volatility 91s. That is it. And you can see even here, not a good market. So you can keep scouting the 1s family like that until you find a good entry for over or under. Okay. Once you see the candlesticks at the center there, that is not a good time to take any trades. You want either they've exhausted like that. You can see they're up there in the outer band. You can always prepare for under 7. Okay. So I believe that is a very straightforward explanation, and you can always practice your entries on demo before going live. And then the key thing target, if you're staking $100, target $100. If it's 50, 50, if it's 20, 20, okay? Let's see if we can capture another entry, because here it has completely exhausted and we should be able to get or see some sellers coming in. That is the bearish candlesticks, which are normally red. And then again, at this stage, you can also take advantage of such a setup to trade the under market, okay? You can trade the under market once you see the exhaustion or the rejection of the bullish upward trend. There we are in the market. Let's see. You can see already we've made $842 in profits. Let's see. Our fourth trade is a win. Again, fifth trade is a win. Already made 36. And boom, we've made $54, guys. Okay. So you've seen that strategy works. That is how you can trade over and under. In this case, that was under 7 using the Bollinger Bands and the relative strength index, or as RSI. Okay. Let's see. You can see now we have a strong bearish candlestick there, showing a very clear rejection and showing us that sellers want to take over the market. So let's see. Let's see whether we can enter there. The candlestick has started forming, and you can see our first trade is a win. Second trade is a win. Always make sure to use the timer there. Third trade is a win. And fourth trade is a win. We've hit our take profit, made $52. Okay, guys. So that is that. So always practice on demo before going live. We are currently standing at $947. And that is how you can capture those trades. For over 3, the RSI should be below there and touching there. That is when you can now start trading over 3. Okay. It's the opposite of what you're seeing. It's the opposite of what you're seeing. And that is how you can capture those trades. At this point, you would like maybe to start preparing yourself for a falling market, because that market must retract and must reject and start coming down. Okay. So guys, I believe that video is simple enough. Happy trading, Lucy. I believe you've seen the over and under strategy. Make sure to use on demo and then try it out on a live account. Control your stakes. Good luck and happy trading.